Hiya, today I'm going to be doing a full face tutorial focusing on this teal eye look. I hope you like it and enjoy. So to prep my eye base, I'm starting off with MAC's Soft Ochre paint pot and I'm applying that all over with my ring finger anywhere I'll be applying eyeshadow. Then as a base for my highlight, I'm taking NYX's Jumbo Pencil in Milk and I'm applying that under the arch of the brow and around the tear duct and blending that out with my ring finger. As my base eyeshadow, I'm taking Foxy from the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette and I'm applying that all over with a big fluffy brush. As a shimmer highlight, I'm applying Inglot's Shadow 395 over where I applied the milk, so under the brow and around the tear duct. For my transition colour, I'm using Naked 2 from the Naked Basics palette on a fluffy brush and I'm applying that into the crease and blending upwards. On a flat brush, I'm taking Jux from MAC and I'm applying that on the inner half of the eyelid. I then decided that I wanted my inner tear duct to be more golden to go with the lime green that was next to it, so I applied some Solar Heat shadow over the top of the 395 that was already there. Back to my flat brush, I took Steamy from MAC and applied that to the outer half of the eyelid. For my crease colour, I took Cool Heat from MAC and I applied that with a fluffy brush into the crease. I then touched up any of the lid colour that had been lost during the blending of the crease colour. On a small detail brush, I took Contrast and applied that on the outer 2/3 of the lower lash line. I then took Steamy and applied that to the inner 1/3. On a more tapered blending brush then I took more Contrast and I applied that into the crease of the eye. I didn't blend it up as far as the Cool Heat because I was just adding some depth and defining the actual crease. For my liner then, I used a black gel from the Body Shop and I used that on a very fine liner brush. I first applied it to the inner waterline. I then mixed it with some Duraline to make it more liquidy and applied it to the top lash line. I kept it very thin on the inner corner and thickened it slightly just coming out to the outer corner. I then created a thin inner corner point. And I then created the wing for the outer corner of the liner. Next I curled my lashes and I applied mascara to the tops and bottom lashes. And I applied number 82 lashes from Miss Adoro. For my brows I use an eyeliner gel from Inglot number 90, which is a dark brown. The way I fill in my brows is I start by outlining the shape, so I outline the underneath of the brow. Then I outline the top of the brow and then I fill in the shape I've created. And then moving on to the rest of the face, for my primer I took the Inglot HD Yellow Primer. This is used for correcting redness and I do find that it tones down the redness of my acne scars. And you'll have to excuse the headphones for a minute, I was just finishing up listening to a podcast, the Ricky Gervais XFM podcast. They're hilarious if you haven't checked them out before. Anyway, you may be able to notice a difference with the primer on one side. And then for my foundation I'm using Inglot HD number 75 and I'm applying that all over the face, and by the way the brush I'm using is the buffing brush from Real Techniques. I like this kind of a brush because I can get the most coverage out of my foundation with it. I'm then using the Naked Skin Concealer from Urban Decay and I'm using that as an under eye concealer as well as a cream highlight. So I apply that under the eyes and up onto the cheekbone, down the centre of the nose and up onto the lower part of the centre of the forehead. And then I take a little bit into the centre of the chin and above my top lip on the Cupid's bow. I then blend all of that out using a small buffing concealer style brush. And once I have the product blended out, I go back to my foundation brush and help blend in the point where the concealer meets the foundation. I then set my foundation, and because I do like full coverage I use the MAC Studio Fix powder and I'm using that on the big Real Techniques powder brush and I'm patting that on so as not to move the product underneath it. For my bronzer I love to use Sleek's Suede Effect powder in number 2. And I'm using that as a transition colour for my contour, so I'm placing it under the cheekbone and blending forward. I'm also blending it around the hairline. And I like to use that on a large powder brush that has a pinched ferrule, so it's a little bit more precise, but it has a longer bristle so it's also easily blended out. For my contour I'm using Ben Nye's eyeshadow in Taupe. And I'm taking that just on the very tip of the brush and applying it under the cheekbone and around the hairline again, but I'm being more precise and I'm not blending it out as much. I'm trying to do more sculpting, and the greyer shade gives more of a shadowy effect, so it actually shapes the face a lot better than a bronzy shade. For my blush I'm taking a Freedom blush from Inglot and it's number 21, and I'm applying that to the apples of the cheeks and blending backwards. For my lip liner, I'm using a brown liner from Inglot, it's number 63 in the Soft Precision line. I'm lining my lips and also filling in the outer corners. And then finally for my lipstick, I'm using the Rimmel Kate Moss lipstick in number 3, my absolute favourite nude of all time, and I'm applying that over the top of the lip liner. And this is the finished look. I hope you like it and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!